Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So this week we have the ×2 Legacy Campaign currency event returning. In this video we're going to discuss how you can make the most of it. There's a lot of things you can do, not just getting your boon points, which I do highly recommend getting before Module 27, where they will become particularly beneficial in terms of dealing damage. Now additionally, there is a 20% off discount on Appearance tab in the Zen Market, where you can purchase these things at actually 25% off, along with a 20% discount on buying inventory space. Bags, which I don't generally recommend. You can generally get them from the auction house cheaper, at least when a new lockbox comes and there's a plentiful amount of these after people have opened their lockboxes and spent their keys. So if you want any of this, now it's time to get it with a 25% discount. Additionally, the Halloween event is still active. Make sure to pick up the mount from there if you have some free time. Along with, you could get a few companions, save them, and they'll sell for a decent amount later on. If not right now, they probably sell for, nearly 500k. I guess it is a bit of a grind. Can be an easy way to invest some time and output some Astral Diamonds. But there's more ways you can do that, and that is via legacy campaigns. What are legacy campaigns? Well, in this section here, these 8 campaigns, they're all considered legacy, meaning they have unique quests tied to them, and the currency is generally a bit easier to get because they have events tied to them, which allows you to get twice as much currency. This week is special, where we can obtain twice as much currency from all of these campaigns. When you look on the calendar, you will see that every week there's usually a campaign that is doubled. So like November the 9th, currency ×2 in Dreadring. The next week after that, Icewind Dale, etc. So what should you be doing during this week? Well, if you want some Astral Diamonds, I would recommend going to Dreadring and farming Vanguard scripts. You want those Vanguard scripts in order to buy lair keys, and then you can spend those keys during ×2 Refining Stone event in order to get enchanting stones. Those enchanting stones on Epic go for a decent amount, like nearly 17,000 per enchanting stone, and so you can either save yourself that Astral Diamonds or make some extra Astral Diamonds by making the most of that. But now is the time to prepare getting that currency to get those keys. Another easy way, instead of going to the zone, is to just repeatedly do the skirmish Dread Legion. Opening the chest will also give you double the amount of those Vanguard scripts. You can of course also spend genie gifts on them to get twice as much of the Vanguard scripts from there, along with other currency. You can get more scripts by converting your Thayan ciphers over to scripts, and I recommend it during this week. Of course, you can also get ×2 currency to then get all the boon points here. You need to complete these tasks and then you'll get the boon points when you unlock getting enough progress here. And all of the campaigns have their boon points linked to them as well. I've made a more detailed video, which you can find just here, completing all legacy campaigns. How many genie gifts do you need? And the conclusion is this table right here. When you have the ×2 event, you need to spend this many genie gifts in order to get those boon points. You can see how many genie gifts you'd have to spend for like the first boon point, second, third, fourth, and so on. Keep in mind you can reduce these costs again by a half if you obtain a Signet of Patronage. You can create one if you've completed the campaign, but you can use one then if you have one from like your main character which has completed the campaign. Can be well worth it. Again, reducing the costs by a half. So outside of getting currency to ultimately farm the layers for the enchanting stones, you can do your Cloaked Ascendancy and get the currency to buy the Mirage weapons. You won't be able to restore them, and the currency to restore them won't be doubled, so you still have to go through that grind like normal, but at least buying them here will be easier because you'll get twice as much of the currency in order to do so. Just make sure to unbind them before you go to upgrade them so that they remain unbound and you can always sell them later. With the Jungles of Shult, I would highly recommend progressing enough to be able to purchase these primal boots. You'll have to make progress through the story, completing, I believe, the City of Omu quests, and then you'll be able to buy these. If you don't have the headpiece with the same bonus of 3% action points from Master Temple of the Spider, here, get these in particular for the new trial. Whenever you kill an enemy or you get an assist of killing an enemy, you gain 3% action points. Pretty massive when you're fighting lots of enemies, and for the new trial that'll be really good. With Ravenloft you can get your currency there, these coins, and you can go and purchase the Apocalypse neck and the waist and the Vistani neck and the waist, and you can go and sell them on the auction house, make some astral diamonds, or you can use them for yourself. The set bonus is pretty good. You just need to get the artifact. For the Apocalypse set, the artifact comes from your Many Coins Bank heist, and for the Vistani set, well, that's a little bit more challenging because you have to like complete your Taroka deck here. You can see you have to get all the cards and then you'll be able to get the artifact here. So that can be a lot more challenging. And outside of that, you can get keys via these legacy campaigns for your random queues. So here you can get Valindra's key. Here you can get the key for Fanbreaker Island and Master Spellplague Caverns. With Icewind Dale you get the Kessel's Retreat key. With the Jungles of Chult you can get the key for the Merchant Prince's Folly and the Tomb of the Nine Gods, and then a key for the Cradle of the Death God. You can just farm that skirmish, the Merchant Prince's Folly, in order to get the currency to make those keys for Tomb of the Nine Gods and Merchant Prince's Folly. Ravenloft you get for Castle Ravenloft, Descent into Avernus you get for the Infernal Citadel dungeon, and for Path of the Fallen you get the Zariel's Champion Trial key. Outside of that, there are legacy campaign quests you can do, which you will also get twice as much currency. And you could have saved up those quests and complete them now during this week, which is generally the most advisable thing to do. Alternatively, yes, you can obtain the quests and complete them and not hand them in until this week, but that is more risky because they have done so in the past many times where they've reset all your progress on those quests. So you go to her right here after you're level 20 and she'll regularly give you these quests. There are weekly quests that you can do, and like these ones I have not handed in, and you can choose what campaign you want to get bonus currency on. So for example, I'm going to choose Dreadring here. So whenever I complete this quest, it's going to give me bonus currency for Dreadring, like those Vanguard scripts. And during this week, those amount of rewards are doubled. Unfortunately, the medallions that you get through this are not doubled, so they never are. But you can use those to get like Glyphs of Potencies free. You can get Enchanting Stones. It's usually not worth that. Same with like Legendary Enchanting Stones. Not worth it compared to just a Glyph. Even the Companion Tokens, it's not worth it compared to just a Glyph. Check the prices of those. And that's generally your main source of Glyphs for free for just playing the game. It is all a bit of grinding. That's all of these legacy campaigns. Ultimately, you can just do these to get your boon points. And outside of that, I would recommend doing a bit of Dreadring to get the lair keys to be able to get the enchanting stones you need rather than having to buy them to upgrade artifacts. With the next module, there will be 2 new artifacts, actually probably 3. There's going to be the Astral Sea Tendril, you'll need some for there, and the Portable Spelljammer Detector, along with then one from the Zen Market, which will be this new one here, Alaric's Artillery Beacon. It doesn't look like a whole lot, but at least it's going to have 1500 item level, bunch of accuracy and combat advantage, so very good for DPS, and it's just going to deal some damage to enemies in the targeted area, give them a stun, the duration being for 4 seconds, and then they'll take 5% increased damage for 10 seconds and won't stack with other artillery effects, but it's not going to be great use as primary other than a stun effect. And again, it'll be Zen Market exclusive, probably locked behind 3000 Zen. So hopefully this has been somewhat insightful to you guys. Again, make sure to take advantage of your Halloween event. There's only 1 week left, and same with your battle pass. You only have until November the 7th, which is less than 2 weeks away, in order to fully complete that. A special thank you to all these channel members for their added support. I will see you guys around. Goodbye for now.